it. And I think the coach trained you physically, but even more so, they had to train this up here, because if this is gone, then the rest of the competition is gone. So from that stage in your life, is that when you started realizing like, or learning certain tools and skills that you are now using in your current business?
100%. It's very interesting because I'm still working with that same coach today, with the newer players and the younger ones. And he's from Bulgaria. So he's got a very Russian mentality around things, which is very crass and direct. And the thing about him is that he'll tell you the truth. He'll tell you exactly where you're at and why you're there, and the fact that you should just get out of it immediately. And those were always, that was really important and really, really, really good, because today, you know, I can have better conversations like that with myself. So it was really pivotal, and so much so that today when we're talking to the younger ones and he's having this conversation where he's telling them off, I just totally get what he's saying, you know, because I could see myself literally play out in them. So yeah, it became having that person I think it's one of the most important things, having the right person reflect back to you the things that you are feeling, that you are doing, that you can see. They can see your emotional state, they can see where you're at, and feed it back to you. And if you can be constructive enough to take the right lesson, it's so pivotal, so important.
And do you have any routines or, you know, habits that you do today to keep you centered and grounded?
Yeah, so I love to meditate. I never used to meditate. I used to find it so difficult, but now I love to meditate. It's my saving graces. I find it's one of those things that actually helps me with focus. I think because you have to just think about something and you're trying to hold a thought for periods of time. It's an ability to focus. So a lot of that I enjoy. I also enjoy doing like breath work. That's quite a lot of fun too. I realized like people don't know how to breathe. I didn't know how to breathe. So breathing is, and especially when it comes to stress, understanding how to breathe can change everything. It's funny when people when tensions are high, we tend to hold our breath, and I didn't notice that. I know that about myself until like it was brought to my attention. So I had to be like, wait, I am holding my breath. I'm clenching my jaw. I need to just, if I breathe, it just becomes easier. So I do a lot of breathing work, and I like to work out. So when I work out, the stress goes. So those are the things that I use quite a bit today to just keep the maintenance up.
I love that you were speaking about, you know, meditation, that initially you didn't like it, and now it's like your saving grace. And that's exactly what it is, right? I think it was Deepak Chopra who said, if you, in your day, you should meditate for 10 minutes a day. And if you do not have 10 minutes, then you should do it for longer, because then you get more. And I thought, that's brilliant, you know. And when you were speaking about breathing, I think that is so deeply important, because we do hold our breath, right? We breathe to survive, and we don't actually breathe to be centered and in our bodies. And when you start learning, you're like, oh, wow, is this how people feel? I've been carrying the world on my shoulders.
So, you know, a funny story that, because especially at the moment I'm playing with something, and so basically it's where you tie a shoelace around your stomach, because we live in the aesthetic era. Yeah, something like that. We live in the world of aesthetics, right? We must be, and it's all about the how we look to our eyes, to, you know, we must look good to feel good. And one of the things that was very interesting is that, so what people do is that they pull in their stomach so that they can appear thinner. And I was like, but that means that they're also not breathing out. They're not breathing, you know, they're not breathing out, because when you breathe out properly, you'll breathe out and you push your tummy out. And then I realized, wait a second, I'm doing that. I'm literally holding my tummy. And that's what it became. That's why I like tie the thing. It lets, because then when I've sort of got my belly expanded, then it's to the limit of the lace. And I was like, that is a very interesting thing. It was because I didn't even think it was. I mean, I'm in shape, and I do that. So I was like, that is very interesting. It's so deeply ingrained in us.
That's a great story. I didn't even think about it. And even now, as I'm sitting, as soon as you said it, I was like, am I
Exactly.
am I sucking in?
Yes.
I was.
It's interesting. Yeah, it is fascinating. It's fascinating.